There is a need to get awakened to the idea that what issues, what themes, what topics are relevant for the exam in general, and about 95% questions are out of these. Hello everyone. This video lecture is a highly precise overview of the history of the subject. And as you know, the history of the subject is one among a few the most popular optional subject in civil services exam. This overview consists of 4 aspects. One is the pattern of the history of the subject and its course content. The second is the pattern of the questions. Third is the approach to preparation. And fourth is the relevant ratings. So take a look at the first aspect. In this presentation, you find the overall pattern of the history of the subject. As in the case of every optional subject, history optional subject 2 consists of 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Each paper carries 250 marks, and that is the case in every optional subject. Paper 1 consists of 2 sections. One, Ancient Indian History, whose chronology is beginning to 750 C. And 2, Medieval Indian History, whose chronology is 750 C to 1750 C. And similarly, paper 2 also consists of 2 sections. One, Modern Indian History, whose chronology is 1750 C to 1964 mainly. Though there are a few topics that go beyond 1964, and they are regionalism, Dalit movements, and environmental policies and movements. So apart from these 3 topics, all fall within the period 1750 C to 1964. And the second section is Modern World History, whose chronology is 18th century to 2001. So this is all about the first aspect of the overview. Now I am going to throw light on the second aspect. The second aspect is the pattern of the questions. And this presentation gives you a broad idea about this. This side I have shown paper 1 question pattern, and this side I have shown paper 2 question pattern. So let's consider one by one. Paper 1 first. In paper 1, there are 8 questions. And since paper 1 consists of 2 sections, Ancient Indian History and Medieval Indian History, accordingly, one section consisting of question number 1, 2, 3, 4 represent Ancient Indian History, and the second section consisting of question number 5, 6, 7, 8 represent Medieval Indian History. So this means you have 4 questions each in Ancient and Medieval Indian History. Here, first question and the fifth question are compulsory. This means you don't have any choice here. And out of 8, you're supposed to write 5. Now among 5, 1 and 5, these two are compulsory. So only 3 are left. Now out of the 3, you can choose maximum 2 from one section. This means either 2 from this section, 1 from this section, or 2 from this section, 1 from this section. And I've shown here a divide line. This divide line is because this represents section A of paper 1, this represents section B of paper 1. And section A is ancient Indian history, as I have said, and section B is medieval Indian history. And here you find question 1, that is compulsory, carries 50 marks. This is a map related question. And question 5 also carries 50 marks, but there are 10 questions here. So 10 into 5. Besides, in the rest of the questions, there are 3 parts. So question number 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. All these have 3 questions, something like 2 A, B, C, 3 A, B, C, and so on. And the pattern of the marks is 20, 15, 15, 20, 15, 15, that is in H, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So this way, the total marks is 250. And similarly, in paper 2, the first question and the fifth question, that is compulsory. Each carries 50 marks, but there are 5 questions here. This means 1, A, B, C, D, E. And here also the same pattern, 5, A, B, C, D, E. And each carries 10 marks. And with respect to question number 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, there are 3 parts. This means in 2 there are 3 questions. In 3 there are 3 questions. It's something like 2 A, B, C, 3 A, B, C, and so on. And the pattern of the marks is 20, 20, 10, 20, 20, 10. And that is followed in all the rest. And as in the first paper, in the second paper also, you find the total number of questions is 8, and you are supposed to write 5. And among 5, 2 are compulsory. So you have to choose maximum 2 from one section apart from 1 and 5. This means either 2 from this section, 1 from this, or 2 from this section and 1 from this. And the total marks will become 250. Because when you attempt 5 questions and each question carries 50 marks, so 50 into 5 comes to 250. So this is all about the pattern of the question. Now I'm moving on to the next aspect. And the next aspect is an approach to preparation. And this aspect is very, very important aspect. In fact, in syllabus, you find so many issues are there, so many themes are there, so many topics are there. But every theme, every topic, every issue is not relevant for the exam. There is a need to prioritize, there is a need to focus, and there is a need to get awakened to the idea that what issues, what themes, what topics are relevant for the exam in general, and about 95% questions are of these. And here you find a list 1 to 6. And this list gives you this idea. In this list, first you find is broad trends and interconnections. This is one important thing what you should focus in your preparation. History is all about so many trends in different fields like political field, social field, economic field. And there are so many interconnections as well. I give you some examples. 1. Trends of urbanization in ancient period. 2. Trends of urbanization in medieval period. 3. Trends of trade during Mughal period. 4. Specific trends during the period between the two world wars. Next, specific trends after the Second World War. I give you some examples of interconnections. Number 1, American Revolution and French Revolution, Russian Revolution and Chinese Communist Revolution, Nehruvian socialist ideas and economic policies after independence, Gandhian constructive program and Indian national movement, socio-religious reforms movement and Indian nationalism, the philosophy of Upanishad and Buddhism, and so on. So there is a need to focus on this. Second is micro issues. Micro issues have become a dominant theme in the question in recent times. I explain this through one example. Consider one very popular topic, Indus Valley Civilization. Now, related to Indus Valley Civilization, several micro issues are there and they are highly important for the exam. For example, water management system, burial practices, ecological imbalance theory and decline of IBC, late Harappan culture, early Harappan culture, diverse subsistence base of Indus Valley Civilization, majority of settlements located in arid and semi-arid zones. So these are some examples of micro issues related to the topic Indus Valley Civilization. So in every topic, there are a few micro issues and they have become very important. Third is socio-economic cultural history in paper 1. So in the preparation of paper 1, there should be a focus on socio-economic cultural history. This incorporates topics such as trade, urbanization, craft, guilds, coinage, art forms, literature, sources, religion, philosophy, status of women, etc., etc. So these have emerged as a dominant theme in the question in paper 1. So when you work on paper 1, there should be focus on this. Number 4, major policies of major rulers in paper 1. This is also one important theme. In ancient Indian history and in medieval Indian history, there are many rulers, but among them, just a few are important, major ones. Like in ancient Indian history, mainly Ashoka. So Ashoka and his policies. Apart from Ashoka, you can consider Kanishka, you can consider Samudragupta, you can consider Harsha. In medieval Indian history, rulers like Iltutmish, Balban, Alauddin Khalji, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Babur, Akbar, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb. This means total about 10 major rulers if you focus on their policies. You are comfortable in handling issues related to that. Next is major events. This is with respect to paper 2. In paper 2, in both the sections, modern Indian history and modern world history, major events are very, very important themes. I give you one example. If you consider revolts during modern period, there took place hundreds of revolts. But among them, just a few are recorded. And they are Munda Revolt, Kol Revolt, Santhal Revolt, Mopla Revolt, Indigo Revolt, the revolt in Deccan, and the revolt of 1857. This means there's 6-7 revolts are to be focused because all the questions what you should expect from revolts are related to only these, nothing else. Similarly, in world history also, around 15 major events are there and they cover a big part of the question, like American Revolution, Industrial Revolution, French Revolution, Russian Revolution, Chinese Communist Revolution, World Wars, Cold War, American Civil War, and a few more. Next is important personalities. In both the paper and in all their history, there are some important personalities. They may be rulers, but rulers I have covered already under 4. So you consider important personalities apart from the rulers related to paper 1. I give you an example. Suppose Indian national movement. Consider important personalities. I mean, these important personalities represent important nationalist leaders. There are many. But the questions are there only on a few. And they are Dadabhai Naoroji, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, and Sardar Patel. If you analyze the question papers, you will find almost all the questions on nationalist leaders are related to these. So in this list, one thing is that there are certain focus areas like 3, 4, and 5. They are related to a specific paper. 3, paper 1, 4, paper 1, and 5, paper 2. But the rest, that is 6, 2, and 1, they are related to both the papers. And if you focus on these 6 in your preparation, you will have within your reach about 90% plus questions. And you will be in a comfortable position to address them and score 300 plus marks. Now I am moving on to the last aspect. And last aspect is relevant readings. There are so many books and they are good. But my personal opinion is that you first work on the past series NCERT of 11th, 12th standard. Ancient India by R.S. Sharma, Medieval India by Satish Chandra, Modern India by Bipin Chandra, and Modern World History by Anwarul Haq. These 4 books will give you a broad idea about almost everything. They would create a very strong framework of your preparation. And after this, you will be in a position to address many issues in the exam. Once you feel that your position is consolidated with respect to these 4 books, then you can shift to some other books as reference books. For example, Ancient India and Early Medieval India, book by Upendra Singh. For example, for Modern India, book by Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, is From Plassey to Partition, and so on. And that you can choose as per your requirement. And you're not supposed to go through everything in those books. Rather, you have to refer to certain specific issues as per your choice and as per your requirement. So this is all about a highly precise overview of history optional subject. And I hope this would be giving you a broad idea about the subject and the preparation of the subject. Good wishes for your success.